Hey everybody, Liam here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Welcome back to another episode of Form Fight. Form Fight is a series where we take a look at a Pokemon with more than one form, or a branched evolution, or counterpart Pokemon. We have a look at the differences between the Pokemon in question, and we try and work out which one is the best. If you're a fan of Form Fight already and you're ready for more, actually, if you are a fan of Form Fight already and you're enjoying the series, I definitely recommend going and checking out Metromania. I'll put a link up in the corner of the screen for you to click and down in the description as well. I'll show you a little clip real quickly. That's super effective though. That's going to be 4 times effective on that shiny Colossal right there. Huge damage, but it is going to activate Steam Engine, which now, because Trick Room's in effect, means that shiny Colossal is the slowest Pokemon on the field. So that's not a bad play right there. Honestly, if you love Form Fight and you love Metronome Battles, Metromania is the place to be. And we're only partway into the newest season, so, you know, go and check it out. Go get caught up. But if you do like Form Fight, hit like on the video. Let's go for 1,000 likes on this one. And of course, hit the subscribe button if you're new so you never miss an episode. And of course, use code ACE to save yourself some money on G Fuel. I won't talk about it too much today because I've just plugged Metromania and I don't want to keep you too long. With all that out of the way, let's have a look at today's challenges. Today on Form Fight, we're going to be comparing the two forms of Rapidash, which are Rapidash and Galarian Rapidash. Now, a Ponyta caught anywhere other than the Galar region will be in its regular Cantonian form and will evolve into Cantonian Rapidash at level 40. Conversely, if you have a Ponyta that was caught in the Galar region, it will be in its Galarian form and will evolve into Galarian Rapidash at level 40 as well. But what makes these two forms of Rapidash so different? Let's take a look. According to the Pokédex, Cantonian Rapidash stands at 1.7 meters tall and weighs 95 kilograms. Its Pokédex information says this Pokemon can be seen galloping through fields at speeds of up to 150 miles per hour, its fiery mane fluttering in the wind. The fastest runner becomes the leader, and it decides the herd's pace and direction of travel. Galarian Rapidash also stands at 1.7 meters tall, but is a little bit lighter at 80 kilograms. Its Pokédex information says little can stand up to its Psycho Cut. Unleashed from this Pokemon's horn, the move will punch a hole right through a thick metal sheet. Brave and prideful, this Pokemon dashes airily through the forest, its steps aided by the psychic power stored in the fur on its fetlocks. Appearance-wise, both forms of Rapidash have generic unicorn bases, with Cantonian Rapidash having cream fur with a mane, tail, and fetlocks made of bright orange flames, whereas Galarian Rapidash has a slightly purplish white fur, with pastel purple and teal hair flowing from its mane and tail, with the same pastel purple colour hair on its fetlocks, with dark purple hooves and a much longer dark purple horn, with a white spiral running around it. In their shiny forms, Cantonian Rapidash's flames turn to a deep purple colour and its eyes and the insides of its ears turn blue, whereas Galarian Rapidash's pastel purple areas turn to blonde, and its hooves, horn, and inner ears turn dark blue. Now let's have a look at their typing, weaknesses, and resistances. Cantonian Rapidash is a pure fire-type Pokemon, which makes it weak to ground, rock, and water-type moves. It resists bug, steel, fire, grass, ice, and fairy-type attacks, and has no immunities. Galarian Rapidash is a dual-type psychic and fairy Pokemon, which makes it weak to poison, ghost, and steel-type moves. It resists fighting and psychic-type attacks, and is completely immune to dragon-type moves. Now let's have a look at the stats and abilities of these Rapidash forms. Both forms of Rapidash share the same base stats, boasting excellent speed and physical attack, with above average special attack and special defense, and below average HP and physical defense. They're designed to make quick physical hits before being fairly easily taken down. They share the same primary ability, which is Run Away, which means you can successfully run from or teleport out of a wild battle at any time. However, it has no effect on switching out in battle, and therefore has no competitive use. Cantonian Rapidash's secondary ability is Flash Fire, which powers up Rapidash's fire-type moves if it's hit by a fire-type move. Whilst this can be very useful for getting more firepower, pun intended, out of Rapidash, it's a very situational ability that often a knowledgeable opponent won't fall for. Its hidden ability is Flame Body, which gives Rapidash a 30% chance of burning an opponent that hits Rapidash with a move that makes contact. This is excellent for scuppering physical attacking opponents and protecting Rapidash that little bit longer, provided this fragile Pokemon survives the hit. Galarian Rapidash's secondary ability is Pastel Veil, which prevents Rapidash and its allies from being poisoned, and removes the poison status condition from allies when Rapidash with this ability is sent into battle. This is excellent for protecting your team from a debilitating status condition, and can also help prolong the life of your team throughout the battle. Its hidden ability is Anticipation, which causes Galarian Rapidash to shudder if it enters a battle where an opponent has a move that's super effective against Rapidash, or has a one-hit KO move. And that's all it does. This is one of my least favorite abilities because when playing competitively, you're likely going to know or at least have some idea what moves certain Pokemon are likely to be built with, and you don't really need your Pokemon to shudder to know that those moves are there. Now it's time for me to decide which of these two Pokemon I prefer, and I actually this time lean towards the Kanto. I normally like the newer versions because they're normally like improvements on the old Pokemon, but I just like Cantonian Rapidash more. I like its fire typing, I think it's very simple, I think the Pokemon's effective at what it does, and I think it gets a better hidden ability in the form of Flame Body. Realistically, as great and as wonderful as Galarian Rapidash looks, I just don't have that much interest in it, and even with Pastel Veil, I don't see it being that useful competitively. Like, sure, it can get rid of poison, but then your opponents can still paralyze you, they can still burn you. It's not that game-changing to me, whereas the opportunity to potentially burn your opponent just by, like, receiving an attack, which you're gonna constantly receive anyway, is kind of a win for me. I'm sure this probably goes back on, like, the number of abilities I've chastised for being situational, but physical moves and moves that make contact are very common in competitive, so I'm down for a Flame Body, Cantonian Rapidash, any day of the week. But of course, it's not just up to me, it's up to you guys to decide which is your favorite. But before you do, let's see these Pokemon on the battlefield doing ridiculous moves that they'll never ever be able to do in competitive, but it's just for fun. It's time for the Metronome Battle. Before we get started, I'll point out these Pokemon have max IVs in all stats, 0 EVs in all stats, they're not holding any items, they've got neutral natures, they've got their hidden abilities, so Kanto Rapidash has Flame Body, Galarian Rapidash has Anticipation. The only advantage really, or disadvantage that they get, comes from their abilities, their typing, and not their base stats, because their base stats are the same. So everything else is all up to the Metronome. Let's go. And here we go, it's Rapidash versus Galarian Rapidash. Which pony will be the proudest by the end of this battle? I have no idea, and I don't know what that segue into this battle was meant to be, but it's happened, we're just gonna move on. How's everybody doing today? We are ready for some Rapidash versus Rapidash action, as Shiny Kanto will start off proceedings, and it's gonna go for Wing Attack, starting off with its wheelhouse, which is a physical attack, on that Shiny Galarian Ponyta, Rapidash, I should say. Now we've got the regular Galarian Rapidash, who is going to go for reversal onto which of the Kanto. We've got it onto the Shiny Kanto. I'm going to stick to calling them Kanto and Galar just to make my life a little bit easier. So regular Kanto is going to go for Flying Press, which is going to be a beautiful move to see a lovely unicorn Pokemon like this used. Of course, not very effective on the Fairy and Psychic type, or Psychic and Fairy type, if we're being pedantic, Galarian Rapidash, as we see the Shiny Galar going for Bug Bite. Not very effective on Shiny Kanto, but a little tiny bit of chip damage there. So this really could go either way. These Pokemon have even base stats. I feel like Galarian Rapidash has a little bit of an advantage because it has a dual typing, but I guess we'll see how that comes into play. Venom Drench is going to fail. That's very unfortunate for the Kanto side. Regular Galar is going to go for Metal Sound and reduce the special defense by 2 stages of the Shiny Kanto, so that's not good for Shiny Kanto. Not the most overly defensive Pokemon is Rapidash in general, so having its defenses lowered at all is going to pose a problem. Here's Recover from the Shiny Galar, though, going to restore its HP, I believe, right back up to maximum. Yeah, so it had taken about a third of its HP in damage, but now it's restored itself right back up. Here comes the regular Kanto, though. How's it going to respond to that? Going to go for Aurora Beam, an Ice-type special attack, so not going to deal a great deal of damage there, because, of course, Rapidash isn't known for its special attack, although it did do a lot more damage than I imagined it would do. So not a bad play there at all. Good, decent chunk of damage, especially after that turn was used for Recover. Here we see, Dig coming out from the Shiny Kanto there, so that's going to deal some impressive damage on the next turn. But of course, now we have to wait and see what happens in the meantime to the regular Kanto left on the surface. We see Flower Shield failing from the Shiny Galar. Now over to the regular Galar. What will it do here? It's going to go for Poison Sting, which is going to look amazing coming out of that. Like a Poison Sting coming out of a purple horn. Just looks incredible. Didn't get the poison, though, on the regular Kanto, though, who is going to go for Smackdown. Lucky that it got the Rock-type move rather than its opponent, because that would have been super effective on the other side. Doing a decent chunk of damage there to that regular Galarian Rapidash. Now it's time to see what happens before or after that Dig occurs that we're waiting for. Regular Kanto going to start things off with Bite, which will do some neutral damage there to the Shiny Galar. And now it's over to regular Galar for the next move. And what will it be? It's going to be Fire Spin. Wow, we're going to trap the Kanto Rapidash in a fire type move. So that's going to take, it didn't do a lot of damage there, but it's going to take some fire damage at the end of each turn. Well, just some regular damage, you know, some fire spin damage at the end of each turn. The dig doing a decent chunk of damage there, bringing Galar down to less than half its max HP. Dual Chop is avoided by regular Kanto, who still suffers from the fire spin damage and will do so for the next couple of turns as well. So not a good position for Kanto to be in, although of course Galarian Rapidash, regular Galarian Rapidash, is sitting at less than half its max HP. We see Mega Horn coming out, but it is avoided by shiny Galarian Rapidash. Now it's over to shiny Kanto to try and follow up on that error, and it's going to go for Defense Curl and increase its physical defense. Not a bad shout, since of course your opponents are physical Pokemon. They are physical attackers in their nature, so that's not a bad shout right there. Now here is the shiny Galarian Rapidash, who's going to go for Magic Coat and protect itself for the, you know, for the next, I believe it's the next turn with Magic Coat, you know, could be wrong. Someone tell me. I know it's going to protect itself for at least one turn. Here we see the regular Galar going for Coil. I'm going to increase its attack, its defense, and its accuracy, each by one stage there. So that's going to give it that little bit more firepower and that little bit more defensive power, and of course a little bit more accuracy. Obviously, there's the fire spin damage on the regular Kanto. What's going to happen here? This really could go either way at the moment. It's still looking dangerous for the regular Galar form, but after that Coil, it's probably looking a little bit better. Here's Spore, though, from regular Kanto onto shiny Galar. So shiny Galar is going to become fast asleep and is not going to take part in at least the next couple of turns or so. Now it's over to the regular Galar, who is going to go for Razor Shell, which will be super effective with that +1 attack. Lucky for shiny Kanto that it got that defense curl earlier, or it would have been a goner. Now its defense has gone back down to normal, but the Flame Body activates, nullifying, well, not nullifying, but halving the attack stat of that regular Galar. Wow. Shiny Kanto looking to retaliate with a bite onto the shiny Galar, which is going to do a critical hit, fantastic hit, decent chunk of damage there, bringing shiny Galar into the danger zone. And of course shiny Galar can't do anything because it's fast asleep, and there's the burn damage on the regular Galar. So wow, the Kanto team have all of a sudden turned things in their favor, although shiny Kanto is looking a little bit worse for wear right now. It kind of needs to heal up if it's going to keep going in this battle. Shiny Galar is fast asleep, won't take part in the turn, so now it's over to regular Kanto. What will it do here? It's going to go for Mega Drain, which of course is a special attack, so that's not going to do a great deal of damage, but chip damage nonetheless on a burned Pokemon is a great idea, and going to heal a little bit of its own HP back up as well. Now it's over to shiny Kanto. What's it going to do here? It's going to go for Horn Attack, which is, you know, shades of actual Rapidash. Here we go. Horn Attack for a great little bit of damage there to that regular Galar, who is suffering with that burn. Going to go for Trick or Treat and change one of these Rapidash to a Ghost type, or add the Ghost type to it. So now regular Kanto is Fire and Ghost, not unlike Chandelure. That burn damage taking effect, and there's the fire spin damage as well, bringing that regular Kanto down to less than half its max HP. So everybody's under half max HP, but we do have 3 Pokemon in the danger zone right now. Shiny Kanto is geared up though, ready to go. It's going to go for Vacuum Wave, which is going to be resisted by the shiny Galar. Shiny Galar breathes a sigh of relief in its sleep. Still fast asleep though, still slumbering, but luckily wasn't damaged much at all by that Vacuum Wave. Now we've got regular Kanto, who goes for Steel Wing, which will be super effective. Which Galar is it on? On the sleeping shiny Galar. Shiny Galar has gone down. The first casualty of this form fight. Fantastic play there with the Steel Wing. Here comes regular Galar, who is still suffering with that burn. It's going to go for Bug Buzz, which is not very effective at all on that regular Kanto, especially since it's got the Ghost typing as well. I believe Ghost resists Bug. Quote me if I'm wrong. That's one of the typings that I always forget about. That burn damage guarantees that this Galar Rapidash has 1 turn left in it. It needs to heal itself, be healed by its teammate, use an absorbing move, something like that. Otherwise, it is screwed. Goes for Mind Reader, as my phone reminds me that I've not turned off notifications. So Mind Reader, it's basically its game at this point. It's all up to, basically it's now whether or not it dies from burn damage or from the Kanto team doing anything. Regular Kanto goes for Toxic and it fails. So what's shiny Kanto going to do? Go for Icicle Crash. It's going to land. You've got to think that's it. So good night. Farewell, Galarian Rapidash. You tried very, very hard, but it just wasn't enough. Galar goes down. Kanto reigns supreme. So well done to the Kanto Rapidash team, who won a fantastic battle. So you've heard what I've got to say, you've seen these Pokemon on the battlefield, now it's time for you to make your decision. Which of the two forms of Rapidash do you prefer? Is it regular Rapidash or is it Galarian Rapidash? Let me know in the comments and explain to everybody why your pick is the absolute best. And that's where I'm going to leave this episode of Form Fight. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to check out Metromania every Thursday. If you'd like to support the channel like these lovely people down here do, pledge to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/AceTrainerLiam. And to save money on G Fuel, use code ACE. But until next time, I'm Ace Trainer Liam. Keep on training.